Hey there, welcome back. It's time for the Golden Age of DC Comics 365, where I take this coffee table book for its intended purpose, to read a page a day and to learn and to remember more about the Golden Age of DC Comics. What goes great with a coffee table book and coffee table talk? It's great coffee. See that? Hot, delicious, fresh coffee. Freshly roasted, globally curated. Oh, that's a hot cup of coffee. Oh, yeah, so good. So, coffee table book. This was given to me almost 2 decades ago by one of my best friends, and it's been on every coffee table I've had since. I've read this book a few times. I pick it up quite often. It's something of a conversation piece, being on the coffee table when friends come over. And I love talking about comic books. And I thought, you know what? This is going to make great content. I love talking about comic books. Chances are you love talking about comic books too if you're here right now listening to me. And guess what? We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. Tune in tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. U.S. Eastern. Find out who we're going to learn about and experience when we turn the page tomorrow. So today, this is a good one. For us that like the superhero comics and the genesis of the superhero team. We have the original superhero team of... I have to start holding this better. I can feel its spine showing its age. I don't want anything to happen to my nice book here. The Justice Society of America. Now, this is All-Star Comics number 6, and Flash was retiring to get his own comic book, his own title, and would be replaced by Johnny Thunder. That kid is a younger person, not quite necessarily a child, but that's Johnny Thunder. He's got a genie with him, like the magic thunderbolt. And that's what helps him out of situations, makes him a superhero, a transformative superhero of the moment when need arises. But, let's just go through the roster here. And like I said, I don't think, problematic applies here, yet it's not very, as we call, progressive or representative or diverse or inclusive here. But those were the Antediluvian mores that we're just going to, pretty much that's that, right? And that's why we try better at diversifying and making diversity in comics. But the Chinese have a word for it. I think it's pronounced Wu Wei. It means suchness. And that's what we got. It's the as-is quality of it. Don't think it was done on purpose to exclude anybody. I think it was just the presumption. The presumption of customer or who's buying it. Or, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think that like a critical theory was going to make or break this image. But let's just go down it real quick. We got Dr. Fate. We got the Mighty Atom. We got Sandman. We got Hourman. We've got the Flash. We've got the Spectre. We've got Hawkman. We've got Green Lantern. We've got Johnny Thunder. We've got Superman. And we've got Batman. Apparently, Wonder Woman will become a member in 2 more issues. In All-Star Comics number 8, 1941, January 1942. All-Star Comics number 8, December 1941, January 1942, featured the first appearance of Wonder Woman. And she was unlike the other characters who had... She was unlike the other characters who had her own title. She was allowed to appear in the series. So the thing of All-Star Comics was it was a collection of superheroes who did not have their own title. So it said, I guess, in before issue 3 that Batman and Superman were honorary members. They had their own titles. So, and the reason why Flash, it says right here, gosh, the Flash is relieved from active duty in the Justice Society. Oh boy, I bet you I get invited to take his place. Hacha! That's Johnny Thunder's dialogue there. And we're going to find out in the blurb. Let's read the blurb. And the Flash is retiring from the JSA because he just graduated to get his own title, Flash Comics. And Green Lantern will get his own title shortly after this as well. February 27th, this ad for All-Star Comics gives prominent position to Superman and Batman, but they were only honorary members of the Justice Society and rarely put in an appearance. Still, this is a strong lineup from left to right: Dr. Fate, the Atom, Sandman, Hourman, the Flash, the Spectre, Hawkman, Green Lantern, and Johnny Thunder. I should have read that first then, huh? And this advertisement is from Flash Comics number 20, August of 1941. And, yeah. That is the JSA, the Justice Society of America. And in the Silver Age, this will be replicated with the Justice League of America, the JLA, the Super Friends, Zack Snyder's Justice League, whatever. There's a whole thing of this superhero team, and it began with the Justice Society of America. Because in 1956, we're given new versions of Flash and Green Lantern, and an updated Hawkman, and a new version of Atom. The Atom, and they begin the Justice League of America. And that's what starts something called multiverse. This is a good place to talk about multiverse for a moment. To justify having Batman and Superman be in World War II with these older heroes, and also be in the now with the newer versions of the heroes at the same age, a conceit called a multiverse was invented. It came first, but they are called Earth 2. And on Earth 2, things are, it was a different history, and a different, an alternate Superman, and an alternate Batman. And their appearances were before this modern iteration, which we call Earth 1. And more recently, we've called it Earth Prime. Well, no, I'm sorry, not Earth Prime. Earth Prime is a different Earth. We can get to that in just a second. But Earth Zero or Zero Earth, I don't know there was New Earth for a while, but I think we're still on Earth number 0. In the multiverse annex of the DC multiverse. Remember, the Marvel multiverse does not matter. Tangentially, they are connected through prior publications, which, these stories of multiverse are all just meant to justify the perpetuation of the stories. Hot cup of coffee. But yeah, so that's the Justice Society of America. And the first big superhero team. Or over at Timely Comics, you had the Invaders. That was Bucky, Captain America, the Human Torch and his sidekick Toro, and Namor, the Submariner. Or is it the Submariner? Or is it Magneto? Or is it Magneto? Or is it Ronnie? Or is it Rain, who is Wolfsbane? Or is it Ra's al Ghul? Or is it Ra's al Ghul? Or is it Ross al Ghul? You know what I mean? That's the thing about comic books too. Sometimes you just don't know how to pronounce someone's name. I actually used Twitter for a good few years back. I asked Marjorie Liu. She was a big Marvel writer about 10, 15 years ago, and she was doing the character of of Wolverine's bastard son, who had claws and a healing factor, and he was the evil Wolverine. And his name was Daken, Daken. And I asked her, like, do you pronounce this Deacon or Daken? And she was like, no, it's Daken. And so there are ways to pronounce it, but sometimes when we don't have clarity, there is cause for conversation. And these are the conversations that we would have in comic book stores. You know, is it Ronnie Sinclair? Is it Rain Sinclair? I don't know. What did they use in the movie? Leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know. I don't know which one it was. And, but yeah, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you could. We're going to be talking about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. And when we turn the page, we'll figure out who we're talking about and what we're talking about then. Until then, I make cooking videos. I'm an ordained minister. We get spiritual here. And I make daily content. So hopefully someday I can earn your subscription. Thank you so very much. If you love comic books, you are in the right place at the right time. Cheers. See you soon.